Ooh, yeah. Work it, you saucy little minx.
This is my friend Annika, and she is from the YouTube channel
Annika Victoria.
She likes to do
DIY fashion and sewing.
and her favorite color is,
I don't have a favorite color.
and your favorite
actually.
food is, and if you were a K-pop band, you'd be.
Uh,
Annika is visiting from Australia, and we decided, like, hey, we both use mobility aids. Is it possible to show people how we're able to actually be fashionable while wearing these things? I think that we all kind of feel down on ourselves, but when you meet somebody else who has a struggle with a mobility aid, you start to realize, like, oh, actually there are ways to overcome this. There are ways to be fashionable and to feel youthful.
and that you're not alone.
We were discussing how we created these different hashtags to try to help other people around the world like come together and realize they're not alone. So you guys might already be using or looking at buildaladder hashtag, but Annika has one that I really like. It's called Babe with a Mobility Aid.
The illness that I have is called Takayasu's arteritis, and it's an autoimmune illness that affects the arteries that branch away from my heart. So they're pretty important arteries. So like the ones that are affected in my body go to my brain and to my arm. I was diagnosed with that 8 years ago. I started using a mobility aid 3 years ago because I was just exhausted. I couldn't get through my day. I was trying to go to uni and work in a science lab. Every time I got to uni, I was just wiped out and I like couldn't focus on my classes. So what I did was I got myself a mobility aid. I found it really hard when I was shopping for that mobility aid. Like I really had a lot of people kind of looking at me like, you don't need that. Because I think the real idea of someone who uses a mobility aid is older people, right? Like all the brochures and everything that I was looking at all had elderly people sitting in wheelchairs being like, enjoying my retirement. Because of that, I was feeling really down about being a young person who uses a mobility aid. It's weird when you use a mobility aid, you feel at once invisible, like you can't be stylish and fashionable. And the other side, you also feel like everyone's staring at you, like being like, why is she using that?
Both at the same
What's
time.
wrong with her? Yeah. So I started the hashtag Babe with a Mobility Aid because I was just feeling so self-conscious, but I thought there must be other people out there who are feeling the same thing that I'm feeling. And it's such a good thing for me when I'm feeling really anxious about going out using my wheelchair. If I think people are gonna stare at me, or like if I'm meeting someone new and they're only gonna see my wheelchair, I am able to go online, go on Instagram, look at that hashtag and see just other people out there just living their lives, doing what they need to do to feel their best.
If you have a community of people to talk to, you also see the way that they're incorporating it into their outfits. So if you see a person on their wheelchair and you see them posing and you go, wait, they look so cute right now, then suddenly the confidence of that person not giving a damn, you realize, oh, it's just a normal person who just happens to be sitting in a chair. When I use my cane and I have to be at an event and I feel really good about myself, I use it like a pimp stick. You know what I mean? Like from that era of,
I'm not saying that I'm a pimp in any way.
I have a different kind of swagger, and then people don't see the cane, they see me being fashionable and feeling confident. It's when we kind of shrivel up and feel like we're matching our devices, like I'm using a cane, therefore I'm old, I'm ugly, and like you kind of like shrivel up.
I think broken is a term that I'll often use for myself when I'm feeling really low, and that's such a bad term, that I feel broken, therefore I have to use a mobility aid. No, a mobility aid is empowering. It empowers me to go out into the world. It's the opposite of being broken.
Do you judge somebody who gets in the car to go to work? They're like, I'm gonna take the car to work. Broken! Why don't you bike it, loser?
Why don't you walk 3 hours to work?
Like, we're just not thinking of it the right way. You know, inline skates make you move faster. Skateboards make you look cooler. Let's all admit that. Let's talk canes and heels. This is something that I actually struggled a lot with. I felt like if I'm wearing heels with an outfit, I couldn't possibly have a cane because it would kind of be like contradictory. Like, oh, you have to use a cane, but you can wear heels, so you're obviously healthy enough to wear heels. If I'm gonna go out for like 3 hours in these heels, I might become exhausted. I don't wanna not go out. So instead, I bring with me my little fold-up cane. You wanna get a cane that has adjustable heights on it here. I know it's really cool to have a cane that's only one length. The problem is that if you're wearing heels, you're gonna have to adjust it for different heights to make sure you're you're leaning into it properly. When I'm out of my heels, I bring it down a couple notches. Wedge heels for me are the way to go because they have lots of surface area so that I can walk around and feel stable. If I'm feeling not too stable, I can just pop it out and use it as kind of like a third leg, if you will. And you know, that's okay. It's okay to be like, I'm in heels, I'm in a dress, but I also need a little bit of support. You don't need to lean into it. You don't need to hobble and like really support yourself. It's just kind of like a tripod. You feel like a lot more stable. So I love using this fold-up cane, and plus it feels like a magic trick.
I mean, come on. Other than that, enjoy your outfits in your heels, because it's possible, y'all.
Oh shit, is that a sling? Is this a reveal from RuPaul? Oh, titty almost fell out. That's quite the reveal.
Because you are capable of walking, what do you do when people see you get up out of your chair? Because sometimes I know you're using your chair to conserve energy, but then you might get up to reach for something.
Yeah,
you know,
so
put it in a basket or something. What are the reactions?
It's really bad, like, because I've had such negative reactions in the past where people like really will like stare at me, frown at me. People will come up and ask what's wrong with me. I've heard people like whispering about me. Like movies and TVs, it's always portrayed that way. Like someone uses a wheelchair because they are paralyzed, or someone uses a wheelchair because they're faking their disability. And when they stand up, everyone goes, oh, they were faking it all along. And because of that, there's such a stigma from standing up. I really feel the pressure from people watching me to act disabled, whatever that means.
As we all start talking more about this, and as this conversation happens online, this is the cool thing about the internet. Now people around the world can see that, oh, there are lots of people that use wheelchairs for things that I can't see, and I'm not gonna get upset at someone for getting out of their car,
because
taking out their wheelchair.
99.9999% of the chances are that they need that.
Yes.
Like maybe there is like 0.0001% of people that might, I don't know, for some reason. Number one, wheelchairs are so inconvenient. They just make everything harder.
They hurt your ass, they hurt your back.
And
Fashion is difficult to wear. You can't go upstairs. If something's on the second floor without it's broken, you can't go there.
And number two, like if you're gonna like have a go at someone because you think they're faking it, the chances are they legitimately need to use that mobility aid to get on with their day, and you're ruining someone's day who's already having a hard time because they're using that mobility aid. You're just ruining that person's day for absolutely no reason.
Yeah. Wow, tell it, Annika.
Yeah.
I'm keeping all that in. Yeah. No, I absolutely totally agree with you. Gentle high five. I only have one arm left right now, okay? Gentle one.
Don't want to ruin it.
So one of the problems I have in the summertime is that if I try to wear shorts with my knee brace, I always get these really painful cuts all up on the inside of my thigh, because knee braces that have Velcro really frickin' suck. They always start out beautiful, but then after like a week of wear, it starts to slowly roll up on the edges. So I have two fixes for that. One of them is using really cute band-aids. That's like something awesome about living in Japan, is I always have an unlimited access to like dollar store adorableness. I had like Sailor Moon for a while and Hello Kitty. They stick really well on the Velcro and the fabric. So let me just show you how I'm gonna do that. So for me, it's like this edge right here, and I'm just gonna put it on half fabric, Velcro over. I find that because they're bandages, they're flexible and they kind of adhere in a gentle way, I guess because it's used to adhering to your skin. While other stuff, like I tried to use Scotch tape or duct tape and stuff, it was like really, really hard. This is just fabric tape. So this is easily removable and not super sticky, but the fabric tape also works really well. I obviously wouldn't put it on this ugly. I'm just trying to show you guys where I'm covering it up. So the edge is where it curves, and this one here. And then that way when I stand up, when I'm walking and I'm rubbing it, it's just nice and smooth and it doesn't hurt. So that's one of the fixes you can do. And option number two, you can get yourself a really funky pair of leggings. You pop those on, and then when you slide your knee brace on, it doesn't hurt when it rubs against your skin. I really like this because it can kind of take an outfit that's already normal looking and then just add something to it. And I have a whole bunch of them. I got them from like Etsy, from different shops. I find it's a nice way to kind of let your knee brace pop out almost like jewelry. So yeah, that's my other quick fix. Da-dun. Da-dun. So I have another question for you. From the looks of it, it sounds like your channel is like, Annika uses a wheelchair and sometimes doesn't and screams at people.
I wish. So my channel's all about sewing clothes to fit your own body. I think a lot of people have a lot of issues with store-bought clothes and that they just don't fit,
especially in Asia,
properly, or they don't want to support, you know, fast fashion companies, or they just want to be creative and learn how to make something, which is really satisfying. So I show people how to make clothes from their own patterns to fit their own bodies.
You also do a lot of cool DIY stuff where you'll take like a shirt that you already have and then you'll turn it into like a really cool wrap crop top.
Yeah, I'll upcycle.
And you made your own bathing suit once. When I saw that come up, I'm like, what do you mean you can make your own bathing suit?
You sure can.
Yeah, I just didn't think you
Yeah.
could. So it's awesome. And it's got a little bit of peppering the same way that my channel does of us bringing up our illness or dealing with mobility aids, but it's not the main focus of either of our channels.
Yes.
But I really think that we wanted to come together to do this video because even though we have different audiences, people that are interested in crafts and arts and doing things themselves and sewing, and people who are interested in travel and food and adventures and our cat, you know, you're only subscribed for memers, admit it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little fashion lookbook. I am actually to this point still not sure how I'm gonna edit this. So either you've already seen us being fashionable or you haven't yet and you're about to.
Very nice. Excellent twirl.
Work it, girl.
And then pan over to Annika.
Oh no, it didn't work.
So I hope that Annika and I can inspire you guys to get out there with your mobility aids and to not feel like you're old or feel like you can't be pretty. That is absolutely total
Hornswoggle garbage, you hear me?
Use them whenever you need to. You are a babe with a mobility aid, and build that ladder.
Oh, I like
Hashtag,
this.
hashtag.
Subscribe, like, thumbs up.
There are channels that try and get kids to like their videos by telling them that they will die if they don't like their videos.
What?
So guys, we're very sick. We might actually die if you don't like this video.
What? They really say things like that? All right, well, I'm in the innocent realm of the YouTube world where I'm watching Cooking with Dog and like my favorite Irish couple that like live in Northern Ireland that like have sheep and stuff. So I'm in the wrong part of the internet, I see. If
No,
you guys,
good part of the internet.
if you want to go to another good part of the internet, if you want to head to like a safe place, make sure you check the links below because I'm going to put links over to the part 2, or as we called it, the second half of this video. So we did a little bit of fashion looks on my channel with mobility aids and with Annika, and then we're doing the rest of them on Annika's channel. So make sure you go check out that link, subscribe, like, smash it, Annika might die, all that stuff, and check out Annika's videos. I hope you guys found this video helpful. We got to be confident with our mobility aids. After all they're doing is helping us getting out there and being more mobile. Please check the info box for a link over to Annika's video. It's kind of like a part 2 or a part 1, depending on which channel you came from first. And we got bloopers as usual. Check the bonus channel.